Hello, hello. You guys, I was just talking to the screen, like so excited and like can't wait for everyone to hop on and like saying all the stuff. And then I realized I haven't even started my live video yet. So funny. I love when I do stuff like that. Totally brings you back to your humanness, and like I love my humanness. I think it's like that's why life is hilarious and amazing, is because we're human and do the most ridiculous things. So everyone watching the replay, you get to listen. You get to listen to all that. So I will let people hop on. This shirt is my new favorite shirt. It says walls are meant for climbing. Got it from Global Climbing Day. Amanda, hello. Yeah, I was just saying hi, Kathy. I I was on here and was like, hey everybody, I'm so excited, and then realized I hadn't started the video yet, and I was like, oh my god. And then right before that, I went, like, I always give Robbie like a kiss or a hug or whatever before I like do any live or whatever, and I went downstairs and kissed him, and then he like looked at me like this, and he had his headphones on, and I was like, what's wrong? And then he like pointed at a screen. He's on a video conference call, and this screen that his head is on is like 5 feet wide by like 3 feet high, and his head is ginormous, and he's on like this really like big software development call, and I just like came in and it kissed him. I just love it. I think that stuff is so funny. I love when things like that happen. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I'm just gonna give a couple people a couple more minutes. I don't know who's hopping on today, so yeah, I'm gonna give people a couple more minutes. But tell me about your day. Tell me about like what's been happening, and like how the energy has been for you. And I've been drinking so much water, I feel like I'm gonna have to pee in the middle of this. Bridget, yay! Kissing is fun and real. 100%. There's been times where like I've gone in to kiss him and he like takes my face and he like pushes my face away because he's like, Robbie is the most amazing human, and like he's also pretty like shy and very timid, and like so at work like he is the reserved person. It's like it's so funny. It's so funny. Amanda, energy has been great. Got a new job today. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. What is it? I'm super excited about it. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Bridget, I might have some connection issues, but I'm here. Yay. Amazing. Yeah. Hopefully I don't have connection issues, but we'll see. I'm just going to give like just another minute or two, and then we'll get started. I'm super excited about today. But yeah, Kathy, how has your day been? And like, how's your energy been? And Bridget, what about you? And Amanda, what is the job? Give me the download. It's also so cool that like, yeah, we have Boulder, we have Chicago, we have Indianapolis, like that we get to like talk in real time. Isn't that so neat? Kathy, things are coming together today. Amazing. Like what? Tell me. So I'm going to share a quick story with you guys. Last week, Robbie and I went on this, like, we took a night off from the van and we went on a date and then on a picnic in Golden, and then all of a sudden it started pouring down rain and hailing. So we went in this shed, and then we met this woman who was like in there, and she's like, I'm sorry I'm like imposing on your date. And we're like, no, like totally fine. Like here, come have some dinner with us. Like we have extra. We ended up talking to her for an hour and a half. She's the backup singer, was the backup singer for Donna Summer, for the Eagles, for another big name that I don't know. And like, it's just like, was amazing. And it was just like, so cool. Amanda, thank you. I'm in this same industry I'm hoping to open a business in. Good. So wedding. It's a place nearby that sells wedding decor. So I'm the owner's administrative assistant. Congratulations. That's so cool. Wow. Look at that. Was this something that's been in the process? I'm also so excited then that that happened today. And then we're going to go into today's stuff. Bridget, I'm also feeling good about this week, excited about starting to work on myself. Good. I met some potential new girlfriends. Amazing. Thanks for your encouragement. It changed my thoughts about going to meetups. Heck yeah. It's incredible. I hope you got my email today too. So if Kathy or Amanda, if you happen to be in Denver on September 14th, I'm putting on this, I had this vision of this workshop that I wanted to create, and I'm inviting all these amazing women that I've met in Denver who just, I think, flow and fit and really align with my values. And I'm creating this. And anyone watching the replay, if you're going to be in Denver September 14th, I'm doing this. So yeah, that's so amazing. Amanda, not really, just wanted something close by that works with my availability. Perfect. That works. And it's in wedding decor. Who knows who you're going to meet? So, all right, you guys, are you ready for day 3? So excited. I feel like my energy has just been so amazing the past few days, and I've been doing the work and a lot of the stuff. So I changed today just a little bit. I'm still going to take you through the 4 steps, but I added a couple more questions with something that I've learned the past few days and something that I've been coached on and have gone through. So what's so neat is that you're going through it, right? With something that I've been through, that I'm going through, on a different, different level and with a different situation. But it's helping me create the results in my life. And you get it too. This is what I love about doing these trainings and working with people is you get what I get. You get my visions, you get what I create, but you also get what I learned from other people and can take you through it. And so it's just incredible. So I'm adding that on today as well. Let's see, I'm getting clear on what I want to do and create, do it all of what I love to do and not simply one thing. I love that. Your energy is contagious. Thanks, Kathy. I feel on fire today. The coffee shop where I'm working has pretty bad internet, so I'm going to move somewhere else, signing off temporarily. Got it, girl. Yeah, so I'm just I'm so excited. And the thing is, this is the other thing. So thank you for saying my energy is contagious. And the only reason it's contagious to you is because you have it too. So there's something in me. I am a mirror. I am your mirror, right? That's reflecting back to you. I am constantly on social media. I'm constantly in front of people all the time. And while I get that, right, every few days or people tell me my energy is contagious, there's only certain people that are drawn to it, right? And those are the people that have it in them already. So your energy is already contagious. You already have that vision, that creativity, that power to step into. Everything that you admire or see in me is just a reflection of what is in you already. If you didn't have it in you, you wouldn't be able to see it. And that's such a cool thing. So so please, I'm totally taking the compliment. And also I want you to acknowledge yourself for what you have in you as well. So yeah, Amanda, I haven't met you in person, but I've known Kathy for years now, and you have contagious energy. So thank you. So, okay, day 3. So you guys, the first day, right, we created a vision. And the reason why that's important is by creating this vision, we are co-creating our life, right? We are co-creating what we want to happen, what we want to manifest and attract. And so that's really important in creating a vision, is so that we get clear on what we want to manifest in our life. And whether it's conscious or subconsciously, once we create a vision, we start attracting towards it. So when we have decisions that we have to make, when there's different options that are put in front of us, we naturally gravitate towards the ones that are creating this vision once we have it set and believe and decide that it's happening. So we created the vision. We have the thing that we're working to, right? And the other thing, like I talked about the law of attraction the other day, about we don't get what we want, we get what we are, right? The other thing is as well is putting the energy out there. All right. So like one thing I talked about The Secret, and I love The Secret, but one thing I disagree with, and I don't think I feel like it was a little bit of a marketing scheme in this aspect, where they're just like, oh, sit on your couch and wait, and like a check will come to you in the mail. Okay. I 100% believe in miracles. A miracle happened to me yesterday, and it was amazing and incredible. And it's not because I was sitting on my couch waiting for it, like sitting in this chair, just being like, okay, like twiddling my thumbs. Like that's not what I was doing. I'm constantly putting myself out there and putting energy out into the universe so that it knows that's what I'm looking for, that's what I'm attracting, that's what like I long for and what I'm co-creating. And then because I'm putting the energy out there, it reciprocates that energy back. I hope that makes sense. So a lot of times, like, for example, Amanda, maybe like with this, like applying to jobs, I'm using this example, or Kathy, like putting yourself out there and getting your business out there, okay, is you might be applying to jobs, right, and making all these connections, networking for your business, and nothing may come from those applications or those immediate connections, but then all of a sudden, some random person that's a friend from your past or like something amazing, they're like, hey, we know this person that we told your work about, and they want you to come speak, or they want to get connected to you. Or Amanda, like you're applying, and then all of a sudden a friend is like, hey, I heard about this opportunity. They're looking for someone. I'll put you in contact with that person right now. And then all of a sudden you get a job that way. But it's only because of the energy that you're putting into it in other areas of your life. I hope that makes sense. Oh, duh. Oh my God. Yes. So Amanda, we used to work cross on together. Yeah, your picture looks so different. It's so funny. So Kathy, I have it in me and have been where you are lately. I've been waiting for others to respond. It's time to move on forward and get other people to work with. Lots of other people. Yes, amazing. Yeah, so that's the important about creating the vision, right, and taking action, dealing with the mind drama and everything that comes up with it. So today we have the vision of what we want to create, right? We have this vision. Now, there's 4 steps in making it come true and taking, and Kathy, this is what I've done with you, and then I'll add in the other stuff. But one, the first step is decide. You have to decide that it's happening. You absolutely have to decide that there's no other option. 2, and I'm going to take you through in a second. 2, commit. You have to be fully committed. You have to go all in. All right? Fully committed, go all in, and really understand why you are fully committed and why you're not fully committed. Then the 3rd is strategize. So we're going to create a strategy for when those negative thoughts come up. All right? And like dealing with the mind drama, and have strategized thought, so when you have it, you have something to combat against it. And then the 4th one is action. So then we're going to create an action plan for you. All right, so Kathy, I'd love to hear how yours like shifts and like tweaks from the last time. Okay, so my face is like so itchy. I don't know why, but I keep itching it. All right, so the first thing is decide that it's happening. A lot of times in goal setting or people thinking and talking about the future, they say, well, like it would be nice if, or like this will happen, or when this happens, or it's going to happen, or maybe I will. And they use this very ambiguous language, right? That doesn't work because there's doubt. You are not fully believing, you haven't decided that it was happening, right? You've had a plan B. Always. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. And so you have to decide, like, okay, no matter what, no matter how long it takes, it's happening. I am all in on this. So what's the thing, and this is the first question for you, what's the thing that would change everything for you? Amanda, I feel like this is a hard step for some reason. You know what? Okay, tell me why. Like, what are your thoughts about why is this a hard step? And I want you to know it's hard for everybody. So why is this a hard step? Kathy, I love to do the following: Ageless Grace classes, Ageless Grace seminar certifications, MIM gathering for multi-generations, MMM jam sessions for groups, MMM presentations, sell MMM books. I think 4Ms. Playbooks online, my spirit dances, sharing my dance with women, dance with Kathy, seated music and dance events. I love it. Cool. All right. So for Kathy, for you to make that happen, what is like a decision that you could make that would change everything for you? What's something, a decision that you need to make that will change everything? And Amanda, why is it hard? So what are some of your thoughts that are coming up for you that you're thinking this is hard? Because that's just a thought, which is totally fine and normal, but let's go into it. So we have to decide that it's happening. Okay, Amanda, believing it's happening without physical evidence. Yes. That's really hard. That's called trust, right? That's called faith. Like, those are things without physical evidence. So your job, right, is to find physical evidence out in the world. So who has what you have? And how can you use them as physical evidence that they are just an example of what's possible? That by them doing it shows you that it can be done. And do you actually not have physical evidence in your life? Like, I'm going to challenge you on that. How have you had physical evidence? Kathy, that it's okay to do all of these instead of just choosing one. I was told to be one-pointed. We're all told to be one-pointed, right? And that's the thing is, like, I can see the benefit, right? So, like, there's a book called, I think it's called, like, The Pumpkin Patch. I haven't actually read it, but the idea is, like, to grow an award-winning pumpkin, that the farmers pick all the other pumpkins off the vine so this one pumpkin gets all the nutrients. Now, that's just one idea. That's just one belief, right? This is what's so cool, and this is something that I believe is, like, you can have it all, right? Like, you can do all of these things. Like, so how can we create this belief that, like, you can do 6 amazing things at the same time, 8 amazing things at the same time, that you don't just have to do one. And I think when you get clear on your mission and your vision for the overarching idea, that it's much easier to start putting yourself out there and doing each of these individual things, if that makes sense. Okay, so Kathy, you deciding that it's okay to do everything, right? That it's okay for you to put yourself out there in all of these areas. I love it. So that's the one thing that would change everything for you. So how, the next question, what would you have to know or think to know it's coming to you? So Kathy, where's this evidence that this is going to work and that this is coming to you? And so Amanda, I want you to see where and who is physical evidence. That's what I'm working on now, the overall vision. Cool. We can work on that together. I love it. Good. So again, Kathy, like, looking at this overall vision, so understanding that you can do all. You can have it all, you can do it all, and it's all going to be successful, right? What's that next step? What's the next decision that you need to make? Amanda, trust and faith. Bridget, I think the first step, trust and faith. Can you expand on that? Because it's probably something that you responded to that it's a little delayed that I didn't see. Bridget, I think the first step is hard for me because I have so many ideas of what I'd like to do, but I don't have a clear vision of what exactly I want to do in life. I also like not knowing sometimes, or having a specific thing that I think will make me happy, but maybe these are thoughts that are preventing me from really going for something more. Okay, so do you guys know Danielle Laporte? She has something called the Desire Map, okay? And this is amazing. So it's important to have a vision, but it's more important of how you want to feel in life. And then think about all of the activities and actions and people and things that bring you those feelings. Okay. Cause I'm very much the same way, Bridget. Like I like to have like, I want it to be flowy and I don't like rigidity. I never have, which actually I used to really like rigidity. Like I was a soccer player. So like for the past like 8 years of my life, I've really liked not having rigidity. I really wanted flow. And so I want you to focus on how do you want to feel and what are activities that bring you those feelings. Bridget, that's specifically what I want you to do. And then think about like what is preventing you from doing that. So Danielle Laporte talks about like how you can say like, I want a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house on 6 acres and a picket fence, and I want to drive a Mercedes and all of these things. And then you can get all those things and still not be happy with like a 6-figure job. You can still have these things and not be happy because you didn't focus on the feelings. You had these material things, but you didn't focus on how you wanted to feel. And so I want you to focus on how you want to feel. Amanda, having trust and faith that it's all happening without physical evidence and getting over the hump to fully commit without limitations. So Amanda, what would it take for you to get there? What would it take for you to see that there is physical evidence? And like, what would it take for you to fully commit? Yes, Bridget, I'm not a big planner and like the randomness of life. Me too, but I'm super clear on how I want to feel. Like so clear on how I want to feel in life. And so that right there, because I'm so focused on how I want to feel and what I want to create and the feelings I want to create, that's what I attract more of. So I want you to make a decision on how you want to feel. So your connectedness, you feeling connected and fulfilled, right? You are fully committing to a life full of connection, fulfillment, and like adventure, let's say, okay? Like that is the decision that everything in your life leads to that. And if there's something that doesn't lead to that, then that's what you need to let go of. Okay, Bridget, that's yours. So yours is a little bit just different, and that's amazing and okay, because there's not a single right way to do it. Okay, does that make sense? So Amanda, what would it take for you to commit and decide, like for you to believe that it can happen? And what exactly do you want to happen? Because I want to know that too. I know you want financial stability, right? And I know you want a successful wedding planning business and things like that. But what are you talking about specifically in this of wanting physical evidence for? Okay. So, because the next thing kind of goes hand in hand, okay? So we have decide that it's happening, okay? So what would it take for you to see that it is happening? What would it take for you? And then second thing, which goes hand in hand, is you have to commit. So when I said earlier about this plan B thing, so I started, and this is still so funny, 2 years ago at this time, I was in school to get my prereqs to go to med school because I wanted the freedom, blows my mind. I wanted the freedom in life that doctors had like 12 years after they gave everything up. Okay, it makes no sense. My family all tried to talk me out of it, but I needed to learn the lesson myself. But I only did that as backup just in case I wasn't going to be a life coach. Like just in case I didn't make my business successful. That I was going to go to school for the next, this makes no sense. I was going to go to school for the next 12 years of my life just in case my business along the way didn't happen. Okay, like, and now looking back, like that's crazy. But in the moment, like I really thought like, okay, this is a great plan B just in case it doesn't happen. I always had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. At that time, it kind of sounds like I had both feet out and like maybe my head just like hanging in. But then even after that, for a while, I was looking at nursing programs. I was looking at like different corporate wellness jobs and all of this stuff just in case my business wasn't going to work out. And I realized by having that plan B, I was more invested in that plan B than I was in actually making my business successful. And so that's what a lot of people do. They're not fully committed. They're not saying like, I'm in this no matter what, no matter how long it takes. And I love what I do, and I feel so fueled by what I do that I am so committed that even if it takes me until I am 88 years old, I'm going to be doing these free trainings until I'm 88 years old, maybe longer. I don't know. But I'm willing to get other jobs if I have to. Luckily, I don't have to right now, right? But if I had to, right? If I had to, like that was a really big one for me, was like, what was I not willing to do? So my question to you is, what is something how are you not fully committed to this dream? How are you not fully committed to making this thing happen in your life? So like, Bridget, how are you not fully committed to finding romantic love or finding connection or traveling the world, right? Or experiencing freedom or fulfillment? Amanda, how are you not fully committed to like this idea that you don't have faith, you don't have evidence for yet? Kathy, next thing I need to do all those things I can do is to decide to tell my family that I'm serious and show them by my actions. Prepare all the classes, demos, presentations, play shops, jam session classes. Amazing. So question for you is, why is it important to tell your family? And why is it important for you to show them that you're serious? Like, I just want to understand the why and the energy behind the why. Bridget, I want to feel fulfilled, engaged, inspired, excited, and I want to have a life that enables me to continually learn and grow. I know I won't have these feelings all the time, but I want to have a life that challenges me in a similar way to when I traveled to a new country for the first time. I love seeing things in a new way and not just living on autopilot. 150%. So how have you not been fully committed to that dream up until this point? Okay, Bridget, I'm living my comfort zone and waiting for opportunities to fall in my lap instead of going out and seeking them. Okay, why? Why have you waited? Why are you living in your comfort zone? What is that? How has that served you? Also, do you guys like my shirt? My hair out of the way. Walls are meant for climbing. I got it on Global Climbing Day this weekend, and I love it. And I saved it for the last day because I love it so much. Okay, so how are you not fully committed to this dream? So another example of mine was I was like, I'm not willing to get another job. Like, I'm not willing to get 2 or 3 more jobs in my life. And then like a month or 2 ago, I was like talking to my coach. I was like, I'm just not willing to do it. Like, I'm just not. Like, I don't want that. And she's like, okay, like, that's fine. You don't have to want it. And just because you're willing to doesn't mean it's going to happen. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, like, I got to go. I got to go to coach a CrossFit class. And then I was like, wait a second. Wait, I do have another job. And then I was like, oh, and I record meditations for this other organization. Like, I actually have 2 other jobs. I just told you I wasn't willing to like get 2 other jobs, but I actually do. But I didn't see them as jobs because I loved them so much. Like, they filled me up and fueled me so much that I didn't see them as jobs. But for months, you guys, like months, I was fighting against the willingness to like have another job when I had 2 the entire time. And I did it out of choice because I didn't have to. I just wanted to. So I proved myself wrong. Bridget, because it's easier, of course. Okay, and this is the thing, is you living in your comfort zone, is it actually easier? Because how uncomfortable have you been in your life because you know you're living a life of comfort? Does that make sense? Like, how much has it like actually like when you stay awake at night, or like in your thoughts during work, or like has it actually pulled the fulfillment and the adventure and the pleasure and contentment out of life because you know you were made for more? And so is it actually comfortable? Kathy, why tell my family? I think it's to show myself and them that I am serious, accountable. Cool. I just wanted to make sure, because if it was like, you felt like you had to prove something to them, or if like you needed their approval or you needed to show them that you were serious. If it's about showing yourself and like that accountability, that's totally fine. I just don't want you to feel like you have to prove something to anybody, if that makes sense. Amanda, no, it's not easier. No, it's not actually any easier. It's like you have a wound. I was actually talking to my sister about this because my sister hates commentation. You actually have this wound, okay? And like you continually not choosing yourself, continually not put yourself out there and like go after a life that feels uncomfortable, you're just like scratching this wound over and over and over again. Every single time you don't make that decision, because it's easier just to sit and scratch this wound than the possibility of what it would be like if it healed. But you choosing to go after this, to make this decision for yourself, right? And to lean into the discomfort, you're actually putting a Band-Aid on the wound and allowing yourself to heal. Like that's just every single time you're just kicking the can down the road and you're just scratching an open wound. Okay, so what would it take for you to fully commit to this? Like, what do you have to let go of to fully commit? And how can you see? So we talked about how you're not fully committed. Bridget, yes, I think I've definitely been selling myself short and make myself uncomfortable by these thoughts about how I want more, but don't have the feelings I want. Yeah, totally. So, okay, how can you show yourself that you are fully committed to this? Right now, I want everyone to write, why are you, like what evidence do you have that you're fully committed to this? And one of the pieces of evidence is like you're on this call. Like Amanda, you've been on live all 3 days. Like that's evidence that like you're fully committed to this, that you guys signed up and showed up. So how are you fully committed to this? Yes, Amanda. So what else? Tell me what else. How are you fully committed to this? Unless you're driving, then don't. Taking one little step towards my wants. Yes. So how are you doing that? I want you, so like your thing, right? And what's holding you back is not seeing physical evidence. So Amanda, your whole job is to see physical evidence for yourself. Like your job is to make a list of like 15 things how you do have physical evidence. Bridget, I have to let go of self-doubt and stories that I have about myself. I've been committed to this because I've been seeking out therapy and coaching, meditation to try and handle things in a new way instead of falling into the same pattern of my 20s. I love it. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. Amanda, so she said, I write down the 30 things on the worksheet on how I can go towards these goals. Yes, and so how I talked about yesterday about how thoughts create our feelings, feelings create our actions, actions create our results. So if you don't change your thoughts, your actions won't go anywhere. You won't get the result that you want because you haven't changed the energy behind the actions. So if you still believe that you don't have physical evidence, okay, so if you still don't believe that you have physical evidence, that it's not out there, that you can't pull from anything in your life, and you're still doubting that it will happen, you can take all the action in the world and it's still not going to happen because you're actions are not aligning with your thoughts and feelings. So this is like, if this is a new concept to you, then this can be challenging, right? But our thoughts have to align with our actions. Otherwise, that's the thing, is like, if you keep beating your head like over the wall and doing the same thing over and over and over again, and like your results are not happening and you're not getting the feelings and things that you want in your life, it's because your thoughts are out of alignment. Your thoughts and your feelings are out of alignment with your actions. There's so many ways. Okay, good. So I want you to list them out. I want you to list out all of the physical evidence. Okay? And so that's the thing, is like, a lot of people try to make a change, right? Whether it's weight loss or their body or dating or like in their life or in their business, but they don't actually try to change their thoughts. They just try to change their actions. But because their belief hasn't changed, nothing comes from it. This is what I help people do all the time. Like, this is how I change people's lives. This is how I help them change their own lives. So how are you fully committed? So Kathy, okay, good. That I believe that it's not only okay, but it's the best thing to move forward. I'm always there for the rest of the family. Now it's Kathy's turn, so others can come forward and help me. Woo-wee, I'm so ready. You go, girl. That's right. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now I want you to come up with all of the thoughts that could come up that will prevent you from taking action. Okay? So like Amanda's for yours, like, I don't actually believe that it's possible, or I don't have physical evidence, or like, how am I ever going to know, or is this ever going to happen, or it hasn't happened before, or why is it taking so long, or whatever it is. I want you to write down all of the thoughts that potentially could come up. This is how we're strategizing. Write all of the thoughts that potentially could come up for you that would prevent you from getting the result that you want in your life. I'll just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So write it, post in the comments. What thoughts could you think or could come up for you that would prevent you from getting the result that you want? Like something for, like, I'm not credible enough, or like, I don't have what it takes, or I've never been able to do it before, so why would I be able to do it now? So go ahead and write those thoughts down. Bridget, this is hard / energy intensive for me. I'm introverted, so this goes against my natural inclinations. What if I do all this and nothing comes from it, etc., etc.? Okay, but I want you to actually write what the etc., etc. is. And this is so good. Okay, we're going to use this in just a second, so keep going. Amanda, I won't have the time because I have a child. I won't have enough money to build. I have seen others fail. I don't want to compete with my friends in the industry. I worry I'll get stressed. Oh, so good. Okay. You guys, those are really good. So powerful, right? Like, so if you think those, do you see how like you will limit yourself, how you won't actually go all in? Like if you believed that there was competition, in the industry, right? You wouldn't want to take that away from your friends if there was a lack of business, right? Then like of course you wouldn't want to take away from your friends, but that's the thing is there's no such thing. There's no such thing as competition, right? Like I truly believe that. There's no such thing as competition. There's 7 billion people in the world. Like most of them get married. You couldn't handle it. Like you couldn't handle more than a few clients a year, and they can't either. And so how can you see? We're going to go into this. I'm actually jumping ahead a little bit. But I just I've changed my mindset so much on competition. And I think it's very healthy. All right, Kathy, you get a second. I want you to write your thoughts down. That would limit you. All right, guys. So now your job, all right, is to think of a thought that is like the opposite of that thought. So like maybe not totally opposite. I call it bridge thoughts. So for example, Amanda, for this competition, because I already started going there, I don't want to compete with friends in the industry, right? Well, like a belief that you could have is like there's more than enough to go around. That like I'm going to have so much business, I'm actually going to give business to my friends and vice versa. Like we can actually create a referral program. Or like my taste for weddings isn't for everybody, but it's for some people. So when I know that one of my friends has the taste of one of these clients, I'm going to give it to them. And then I have this specific taste, right? So I want you to go through each, and I want you to like create an opposite thought. So again, Amanda, like I don't have time because I have a child. So that's part of the reason why you're creating your own business, right? Is because you can build your schedule around it. So you'll have all the time that you need and still be able to spend it with I think it's your son. Bridget, okay, some more. I'm too old to meet new people or uproot my life for dating. I don't think I should revolve my life around dating anyway. I'm a strong woman and I shouldn't need to be in a relationship to feel good about myself. My mind gives contradictory thoughts all the time. Girl, everyone's does. Everyone's does. So again, I want you to say like, how can you, one of my coaching clients, I'm coaching a couple, and that was one of her beliefs was like she had to be a strong, independent woman and she couldn't be in a relationship. And we worked through that and actually saved her marriage in a few months. Like it was really powerful. And so how can you see that in the right partnership, like you wouldn't need to uproot your life, or like it would be so magical that you wouldn't care, right? Or that you can be a strong woman and feel good about yourself, and that's actually what's going to attract your perfect ideal mate. That like it's not an either or, it's an and. We live in an and world. Kathy, thoughts that could come up, like things aren't getting done, like I would do it, so I need to stop. Like I would do it, I need to stop. When the old thoughts come up, I will be strong enough to change them. Okay, so how? How will you be strong enough to change them? Like, and Bridget, just to go back to like my mind gives contradictory thoughts all the time. I don't know if you were on when I was talking about was going back to school to be a doctor because I wanted freedom in my life. Girl, that is like the epitome of contradiction. So funny. And so the other thing, Bridget, is like this is hard / energy intensive for me. I'm introverted, so this goes against my natural inclinations. How could you gain energy from these experiences as an introvert? Or how could you make sure that you have the time to refill your cup and go out there and put yourself out there and like change those natural tendencies? So I want you guys go ahead and write your opposite thoughts down. And it, like, again, you can't go from being like, I hate myself to I love myself. You have to have a gap. So like a really good thought for that would be every day I'm learning to love myself. It has to be something that you can believe. Amanda, I will balance my time. I won't take on more than I can handle. I can recycle the incoming funds towards the business. I can refer customers to friends in the industry. Amazing. So do you believe those? How do you feel when you think those? Because the important thing is when you're doing this, you have to keep going until you feel a shift in your energy. You feel a shift in your thoughts. Good, more calm. Those are very believable for me. Awesome. So do you feel like if your mind goes back to like, well, I don't have time, I don't have enough money, right? Like, I don't want to take competition, right? Like, will these work? Bridget, yes, I see how it could be an and thing. I have stories about how guys are jerks. So have this skepticism because I want a relationship, but don't want it at the same time. Totally, because right now you're using the past evidence of the men that have been in your life to predict how men are always, right? And so like I want you to find evidence about how that's just not true, how there's good men out there. Because yeah, if you don't believe that there's good men out there, then it's going to, and like the man of your dreams is out there, then it's going to be really hard to attract them because you're not going to put yourself out there in a way that is approachable or believable. And if you don't have any evidence of a good man, you have to meet Robbie. I changed Natalie. Oh my God, the first day Natalie met Robbie, she like was so put off because he was a man, and then I completely changed her mind. Amanda, yes, I think so because of the vision I see for my life and what I want. If I were to go back on those statements, I'd be going off the path I want to pave for myself. Amazing. I love it. Love it. All right, so once you have shifted your energy, right? And like, yes, like Amanda, is that like, what is that worth for you? This is the thing, right? Is like, what is that vision about creating that freedom in your life, that financial stability in your life? Like, what is that worth to you? What are you willing to do? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your commitment to this idea and to this vision of creating in your life? What is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed and what is it worth? Kathy, why will I be strong enough? Because I'm worthy and what I do matters in this world. We need more love and joy plus people to help others improve the quality of their lives, and that's me and what I do. Yes. Yes, it is. And all of those things are thoughts. That's what's so powerful, is all of those things are thoughts, and when you think them and it brings you, so Kathy, when you think that, how does it make you feel? And so, Bridget, like, what would it take for you to believe that there's good men out there? That, like, your dream man is out there? All right, so after you have shifted your energy using these thoughts, now your work is to write down 30 inspired actions that you could take. So Amanda, even though you already wrote them down, I want you to go back and I want you to write 30 more. So you can borrow and use some of them, but I want you to only use the things that are in line and in alignment with these thoughts. So now you write 30 actions. So I want each of you, okay, today to write 5 in the comments of 5 things that you're going to do. And then like the 30 is your homework. So what are 5 actions you're going to take? And based on these thoughts, so I have 2 questions. Kathy, I feel unstoppable. Girl, that's because you are. Because you are unstoppable. You're amazing. So write down 5 actions you can take right here. The 30 is your homework, okay? And then using these thoughts, like what decision have you made for your life? This is my last question for you. And then I want to talk about 2 things. Kathy, I have 2 adult sons who are 2 of the most awesome men in the world today. That's amazing, Kathy. Are they single? Do they want to fly to Boulder and meet Bridget? Because she's really amazing too. So 5 actions you're going to take. Amanda, create a business plan, gather my portfolio together, reach out to mentors, create a vision and theme for the business. Amazing. Okay, so what, using like everything that we've done, Amanda, what is a decision that you're walking away with today? Kathy, 1 happily married, the other is a wonderful single dad. Amazing. I bet your sons are just like the most amazing humans. So full of love and joy. Okay, so 5 actions and then the decision that you're making for your life. Amanda, I'm walking away with the decision that I no longer have limited beliefs towards my goal. I love that. That is amazing. That's freedom. You're unstoppable. It's incredible. That's incredible. I'm so happy. It's the whole goal. I missed last little bit, but I will rewatch after. Okay, well, basically, Kathy has 1 happily married son and 1 that's a single dad. And I asked if she wanted to fly him to Boulder to meet you. And then just after having those thoughts, like proving all those thoughts wrong, writing down the 5 actions and then the decision that you're walking away with today. So, yeah, so 2 things I want to talk about, and then we'll do a little closing thing, which like, yeah, Amanda, you already have answered it, but like maybe you'll add on something. So everything that I did today, right, or have done the past 3 days have been like from my heart, right, have been things that have made the biggest difference in my life. They have changed my life completely over the past year. And like, I'm hoping that these 3 days are going to impact you. So if you like really enjoyed and have gotten something out of the past 3 days, please share it with me. Please share it with other people. I am just the vehicle in which this comes through. But this is more than me, right? And I've been sent on this earth to do this work and impact people's lives. And so the best, like how you can help is by sharing this and me and my mission and everything else with other people. And if you feel like you've gotten something like really big out of this and that this has made a difference in your life, there's 2 ways that you can work with me further. So one, I have 2 one-on-one coaching spots right now. They usually go within a few days. And I wanted to offer it to everyone on the free training. And so if that's something you're interested in, please message me privately and separately, because I only offer private coaching a couple times a year. And so when it comes up, it goes. So please message me privately if that's something that you want to learn more about. The second thing is, Kathy, you helped inspired this, but I am launching, it'll start the end of September, but a mastermind for women. It's going to be called Conscious Creators. And it's for women in this world who are consciously creating their life and their impact. It's going to be a year-long mastermind of in-person meetings and of Zoom calls with like a really, really small group of women who are impacting the world. And so you guys are the first people that I'm telling. Like I have not told anyone about it. And I think it's going to be, to me, like this is the thing. Like this is what is being created. People are craving to be around other people, to create community, to be held accountable, and also to do in-person stuff, like the energy. So you guys feel my energy right now. In person, it's magnified by like 100. And it's even more magnified when you have other people's energy to play off of and brainstorm and soundboard and just like create. The inspiration and the vibe that's created is out of this world. And so like I have been wanting to do this and have been kind of waiting for a sign and waiting for the time. And I think right now is the time. So please message me about that too if that's something that you're interested in. So one-on-one coaching, I only have 2 spots, and then my mastermind. So thank you. I want everyone to share with Kathy, mastermind, count me in. Heck yeah. All right, we got 1 already. And yeah, we'll talk about like the logistics and everything else, Kathy. And so I want everyone to share something that they're taking away and walking away with to implement in their life. So Amanda, I know you said the decision, I no longer have limited beliefs for myself. So anything else? No, I wouldn't do this with just anyone, Julie. You rock. My heart is so full. I still want you to know that I have made my mom move my birthday tree like 3 times. I still have it. What was the question? The question was, what is something that you're taking away with from the past 3 days that you're going to implement in your life? Bridget, I missed yesterday, but I'm taking away a continual effort to be aware of my thoughts and how they create the results of my life. I love it. I love it. Using these questions and writing things down, becoming clearer and clearer on future visions and other goals. Amazing. So good. So good. I love it. I think my takeaway, right, is no matter how many times you do this, it's always as impactful. and like sharing it with others. Sometimes you forget how impactful and how contagious and how life-changing it can be. And so thank you for like helping renew and find again my energy and passion for like doing this and giving me a reason, right, to like show up fully these days. And so I'm so grateful, you guys, that you have taken these 3 days and spent them with me. I'm grateful I've gotten to know you a little bit more and serve you a little bit more. Like, this is what lights me up. This is what sets me on fire. This is like what I'm devoting and committing my life to. And something that like I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. So please share, like, as this goes on, like if things happen and results happen and like things change in your life, please share it with me. Like, that is what I live for, is hearing how this stuff works in other people's lives. And if there's any other way that I can support you, be a part of your life, please, please, please let me know. Please share this, share like everything that I do. Please share with other people and help me like grow and create this movement. But you guys are amazing. I truly do feel less stagnant, and I want to thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. I am here. Have an amazing rest of your day. Write down those 30 things, and know that I am forever grateful. All right, ladies. Talk to you soon.